I don't want to be overly dramatic, but did I just film my first ever UFO? Before I do anything else, I want to put my phone on charge and check that video. One of the big advantages of nearly going last week but not quite managing it is that the car is still set up and all my boxes, well, they're still set up as well. Safe to say the blue skies and sunshine have all gone and we have a lovely black dark evening. So right, let's scoot off and I'll see you when I get there. So we're only 7 minutes away already. Good thing about this park up is that it is super local once again. Well, first things first, I need to get in the car and get everything set up. And with that, we're all stealthed up and ready to go. So where I've taken you tonight is actually where I wanted to go last Friday or last week. Basically, we're in a little village called Halling, which is right next to the River Medway. And I've flipped the car around because there is a gradient going that way, 2%, 3%. So my legs will go down and my head will be up, so that should be okay, which means in the morning we're going to have some rather fantastic River Medway views. Now once again, this should be an absolutely fantastic park up. We're basically at the end of a cul-de-sac, so there's no through traffic whatsoever. Now these parking spaces I think are actually for a little meadow that's over there, and that's where we can go in the morning to have a little look. Now as you'll know, I've started doing the whole comment thing on my videos now, but what I don't want to do is stupid comment questions. You know how you often see those videos where someone asks you to comment on something where basically your comment can make no impact on the outcome whatsoever. I mean, I would never do that, that's just pointless. But what I'm trying to decide now is whether or not I go out for a little walk or not. It is 6:30 and it is pitch black, but I don't know what I should do. Comment below, yes or no. While I'm waiting for the comment results to come in, I'm going to make myself a little cup of coffee first and then we'll tally up the results afterwards. So I fancied going old school today, so I brought the cooker with me because it has been a long time since I took it. Now, as you may or may not know, I used to always cook on gas in the car, but what I tended to find was I ended up getting massive migraines, so I stopped. Now I haven't tested it since my last migraine. I mean, in terms of where I am, I can't get away with having the window wound down and the blackout off. That's a no-go because I'll just be seen. But I can wind the windows down a little bit more than usual. Obviously I can't talk when I'm cooking, and I am keen to see whether or not I get another migraine. And don't worry, you might have noticed in the other shot I do have my CO alarm with me. So right, let's check the results. Okay, well, it's close. It's very close, but the answer is yes. So I suppose I best get my shoes on and go for a little wander. So this is the River Medway, and I'm sure in the morning you'll have a much nicer view of both the river and what I think is the North Downs in the background. I don't know if you can see this. There's lights in the sky. That is really trippy. I can see them with my eyes as well. Gone. So I don't want to be overly dramatic, but did I just film my first ever UFO? And more importantly, see my first ever UFO? There were a lot of lights up there and I don't know what that was. If it was one light, I could have thought it was a plane coming through the clouds, but there were lots of lights going backwards and forwards. So if anyone has any ideas what that actually was, let me know, please. Well, we've just got back to the car, and before I do anything else, I want to put my phone on charge and check that video, and just to see if it did see what I could see. Okay, so let's see. I don't know if you can see this. There's lights in the sky. Well, that is totally cool. You can totally see the lights. So if you genuinely know what that was, then let me know. Or did I actually just film my first ever UFO? There were at least 4 lights there that you could see, and they literally all just disappeared at the same time. They were going backwards and forwards. So I don't know what that could be. Wow. Okay, well, on a more down-to-earth note, it is 8 o'clock and I need to really cook some food. So while we think about that weirdness, let's get on with some food. And now it's time for the secret ingredient, and actually it was my comments on my last video that made me think of buying this. Chicken soup. There was a couple of you that commented about chicken soups. I think this will make a rather fantastic gravy. But it must be said, this is undoubtedly a rather monster, mammoth and yummy, humongous pot of food. The CO alarm's not gone off either. And there you go, one massive bowl of food. This is only one bowl. There's another bowl there. The problem with car camping is I've got to eat all of it before I go to bed. Hard life, it really is. But right, I'm going to turn this off, munch, and see you afterwards, where no doubt I'm probably going to be quite sleepy. So I sent Mrs. Hobbies the video of my UFOs, and her instant reaction was it was some kind of light show. I completely disagreed and said, no, they are definitely UFOs. And she replied with, yes, definitely UFOs. So awesome, they are definitely UFOs and not some kind of light show. Well, every now and again I have one of those what I call this is why I car camp moments, and it's safe to say I've just had one of those moments. I had the lights off, I had the blackout off, I had the window wound all the way down, and I was just laying on the bed chilling out whilst the lovely cool air came in. And you know what, I've just been sitting there for about 45 minutes. It's 11:30 now, but it was so nice and chill because it is so quiet here, and the only noise I could hear was just the faint pitter patter of rain on the roof. But it was so nice and calm, and it was so peaceful. And I know I've said it 52 times already, this car camp, but this has absolutely lived up to all of its expectations as far as a park up goes. And you know what, I was so chilled I didn't even have my standard cup of car camping decaf coffee. Can you believe it? Well, I think the time has come for me to turn the lights off and hit the sack. I have reached that time where my eyes are feeling quite heavy and I'm ready to snooze now. So I will see you in the morning. I just got up to turn the lights off. Can you hear what started? The lovely sounds of rain, just in time for me to go to sleep so I can just enjoy the pitter patter. Well, my hair is down and in my face, so that means only one thing. It's the morning. The park up was as super quiet as I thought it would be. The only noise I heard all night was rain on the roof, and it was nice rain, like really nice rain. The thing that would have made last night absolutely wonderful, gold class, superb level, excellent, would have been a slightly flatter surface. But I'm going to quickly drink this coffee and then we need to go for a very quick walk because I need to leave here in about 30 minutes. But the biggest thing for last night, of course, though, has to be the fact that I cooked on gas in the car, the alarm didn't go off, but most importantly, I didn't have a migraine. Not even a sniff of a migraine. The rain and the condensation doesn't do this view any justice whatsoever. But let's get outside and I'll show you what it's like in the daylight. See what I mean though? This is an absolutely lovely park up. So let's explore the meadow. Well, I'm getting sucked in to the trail now, but I can't because I need to get back to my mum and dad's. So even though I'm absolutely loving this and exploring all the corners and the twists and the turns, I'm not enjoying the brambles though. It wouldn't be good for running. My arms would get ripped to shreds. But the sensible Matt has to turn around like I've just done and head back to the car. And with that, we're all done and back to the car. So I hope you've enjoyed my rather chilled and relaxed car camp this week. Yeah, it was just a nice, easy overnight one next to the river on a rainy evening. So until next time, take care. And not forgetting, of course, that this was the car camp where I saw UFOs or lights from a shopping centre. But I prefer to think they were UFOs. That makes me feel more happy inside. They were UFOs. They were.